Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Nita Gaura Haribo, 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 Haribo. Nita Gaura Haribo, 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 Haribo. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivrajacharya Sutarashata Shishi Mata Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai, Ananta Koti Vaishnavinda Ki Jai, Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. Prem se kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktivinoda Ki Jai. Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopinath Shama Kund Radha Kund Giri Govardhan Ki Jai. Shri Vrajabhumi Shri Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai. Mayapur Navadvip Dham Ki Jai. Shri Jagannath Puri Dham Ki Jai. Ganga Mai Yamuna Mai Ki Jai. Bhakti Devi Srimati Tulsi Maharani Ki Jai. Shri Radha Madhava Ki Jai. Shri Gauranga Mahaprabhu Ki Jai. Shri Radha Syamasundar Ki Jai. Nitai Gaur Premanandi Hari Hari Bol. All glories to assembled devotees. Hari Krishna. All glories to assembled devotees. All glories to assembled devotees. All glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. You can just sing, yeah. You can card those too, yeah.
Namaste Narasimhaya.
Namaste Narasimhaya.
Dala dala dadaini. Hiranyakashi Udvakshahan. Shilatankana Kalahae. Ito Narsimo Parato Narsimo. Yato yato yamita yato Narsimo. Bahe Narsimo Rudaye Narsimo. Narsima Madhem Shara Nam Prapade. Avakara Kamalavare Naka Madhuta Shringa Dalita Hiranyakashipu Tanubringa Shavadita Narahari Rupa Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare. Jayo Narasimhadev, Jayo Narasimhadev, Jayo Narasimhadev, Jayo Narasimhadev. Jayo Prahlad Maharaj, Jayo Prahlad Maharaj, Jayo Prahlad Maharaj, Jayo Prahlad Maharaj. Jayo Jayo Prabhupada, 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 Jayo Jayo Prabhupada. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. नरसिंह भगवान की, प्रहलाद महाराज की, श्री प्रभात की.
Hare Krishna. Until I finish my announcements, please be seated. Appreciate that very much. On behalf of ISKCON founder Acharya, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, Srila Prabhupada, I would like to welcome all of you to ISKCON Naperville. Thank you all for coming. Is there anyone here for the first time? Oh, okay, there are a few. You can visit our book table and get a gift from them before you leave. So today, I think I will introduce Maharaj once he reaches here. Today we are very fortunate to have His Holiness Bhakti Vasudeva Swami Maharaj visiting us. And I think Maharaj is about 2 minutes away from here. And until Maharaj arrives, maybe Narendra Prabhu can do a short kirtan, and then I will introduce Maharaj. Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Oh, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hari Bol. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
All glories to Srila Prabhupada. My name is Premananda. Thank you so much.
I've been hearing your glories.
Oh, no, not at all.
Thank you for your wonderful services.
Thank you so much for coming. We are so happy to have you here.
My pleasure.
I didn't introduce you. I thought I'll wait for you to come.
Okay.
Thank you again, Madam, for everything. We'll talk after the class. Thank you. 1 minute. Let me just. I need to. Don't go. Hello. Hare Krishna. Can you all please come forward a little bit, ladies? This way. Everybody sitting here, please come this in front. So, second. Sorry. Thank you all for coming. Once again, welcome. Today we have His Holiness Bhakti Vasudeva Swami Maharaj here, and Maharaj will be speaking on the topic of the inward steps. Please give a warm welcome to Maharaj. So I will give a very brief introduction. Maharaj's resume is really huge. This is just a very short summary. His Holiness Bhakti Vasudeva Swami is an ISKCON initiating guru and a member of Spiritual Advisors Bhagavata Assembly. It is known as Sabha, a partner of the GBC. He has a PhD in Applied Management and Decision Sciences from Walden University, Minneapolis, USA. He is a consummate researcher and scholar practitioner of leadership and organizational change. He has authored over 35 publications in international peer-reviewed journals, and he has extensive experience integrating Gaudiya Vaishnava technologies with management science. He has done many corporate presentations, and his recent award-winning research presentation was at the World Academy of Science, Engineering and Technology in London. His preaching adventures are mainly focused on academia, professionals, and the youth for Krishna consciousness development. He received his first and second initiation from His Holiness Bhakti Tirtha Swami Maharaj in 1986, and sannyas from His Holiness Jayapataka Swami on February 26, 2009 in Sri Dham, Mayapur, India. Maharaj has been here from this last Friday onwards, and he had met with the youth group. He has done a home program. He conducted many Srimad Bhagavatam classes in the morning time. And so this is the last opportunity we have to hear from Maharaj. So please give a warm welcome.
Thank you. Welcome, everyone. We'll quickly do some invocation and prayers before we go to discussion, as usual. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Gopijana Vallabha Girivardhari. Gopijana Vallabha Girivardhari. Yasudhanandana Brajajana Ranjana. Yasudhanandana Brajajana Ranjana. Yasudhanandana Brajajana Ranjana. Jamunatira Vanachari. Jamunatira Vanachari. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada. Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Srila Prabhupada. Nitai Gareba, Hareba, Hareba, Bala Hareba. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahamsa. Parivrajakacharya Astotatat Systematic Divine Grace. ISKCON Pandacharya Sila Abhayachana Vyenda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Papa Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivrajakacharya Astotatat Systematic Divine Grace Sila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Goswami Papa Maharaj Ki Jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnavina Ki Jai. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. Prem Si Kahav Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Si Advaita Gadadhara Si Vasari Si Gaura Bhaktavinda Ki Jai. Si Radha Krishna Gopal Gopinath Syamasundar Radha Kunda Girikapadan Ki Jai. Sevendavan Dham Ki Jai. Mathura Dham Ki Jai. Mayapanavadip Dham Ki Jai. Ganga Maya Yamuna Maya Ki Jai, Srimati Tulsi Devi Bhakti Devi Ki Jai, Samaveda Bhakta Vinda Ki Jai, Nitai Gaur Premanande. Our glory is to the sum of devotees. Our glory is to the sum of devotees. Our glory is to the sum of devotees. Our glory is all glories to Sisi Gaura and Gauranga. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Jnana Timirandasya Gnana Samakaya Saksu Unmilitam Jena Tasmai Si Gurave Naha Suchetaya Mano Vistam Stafetam Yena Bhutali Swayam Rup Kadamayam Vedati Swa Padantikam Vande Sri Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda Sahodata Godadaya Puspavanto Chita Chanda Tamonanda Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sivasadi Sagora Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pistaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Itinamani Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pacharini Nirbhisesa Sonyavadi Pasatya Dusatarini Vanchakalpatari Bhacha Kripasanabhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanabhyo Vaishnavibhyo Namo. So, thank you everyone for coming to participate in the Sunday program here. Sometimes we don't seem to understand the energy we are putting in for Krishna. But whether we understand or not, Krishna reciprocates. And we don't need to really, even execute a physical function, or implement a particular idea we have in terms of our service attitude or what we are thinking of doing to Krishna. But because Krishna is Bhavagrahi Janandana, he reciprocates. It's just by thinking good, thinking how to serve Krishna, he reciprocates. But it doesn't mean that, I just think of Krishna, I do like the South Indian Brahmin who mentally was cooking, preparing sweet rice, and, mentally offering the food. So I'll just do is, Manaseva. Yeah, that is good, but we also have to engage in some physical service. Because we have that opportunity at our disposal. So when we come to Krishna consciousness, we learn about a number of simple things, such as coming to participate in the program like this, coming for the kirtan. I know in some temples, I remember when I went to New Orleans for a conference some years ago, during the program, during the kirtan, you see nobody. Nobody is there, okay? But wait, come back when it's time for prasadam. The line goes to the other street. So, we make it decide that, they don't come to the program, they only come for prasadam. That is their service attitude, and it's only Krishna who can judge. So our duty is to be able to see that we do something to encourage people who are coming to Krishna consciousness. We do something to motivate people, to inspire people in Krishna consciousness. And if we take a look at what Prabhupada did when he came to New York, he met, different type of people, and mainly people who are not really very serious with their lives. People, either they come from very wealthy families and they became detached and went into the streets. They became hippies or something. But, Prabhupada served them. How was that? He gave classes at 26 Second Avenue. And when these American boys and girls came, he even apple that he has to eat for himself, he will cut it, cut the apple, and give it to each and every one of them who came. This is an elderly person, but his service attitude was very exemplary. He could tell that, hey, I am up to the age of some of your grandfathers. Hey, do this, do this, do this. No, he served them. So, we have been requested to speak on going inwards. And what does going inwards mean? Basically, we have this burning desire in us to connect with Krishna. And that's why we came to Krishna consciousness. We've been searching. There was a big gap in our spiritual lives. So when we came to Krishna consciousness, we got exposed to the philosophy, we had a chance to do some services, and we had the opportunity to chant Krishna's names. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And we fell in love with the holy names. See, we do all sorts of sophisticated things. We have programs outside, here and there. But the whole agenda, the whole idea behind all these sophistications is to get people to the level of chanting Krishna's names. That is the sum and substance of our spiritual endeavors. As the sum and substance of devotional service, to chant Krishna's names. All of the other services that we do is like, someone has a jacket. You may choose not to iron the jacket, and you just put it on. You're good to go. But if you have to go, say, for those who are working in the corporate world, you're going to the office, say you're a banker, you're going to the office, you're going to the corporate office, you have to appear neat, you have to appear, they say, you have to appear corporate. So, you iron your shirt, get your jacket to the dry cleaner, put it in place, so that you appear corporate. But if you start doing all these other stuff to appear corporate, you have your jacket. You can put it on and go anywhere. So what is the difference? It's just to be able to have that impression on people that you are part of them. I mean, like you're working in the bank, you have to put on a tie. The tie doesn't make you do the job. You have your skills, your banking skills. That is what enables you to do the job. So all the things, all the services we are engaged in Krishna consciousness is to be able to enable us to go inward. And what is that inwardness? To connect with the super soul in the region of the heart. Krishna said he is situated in each and everyone's heart as a super soul. Radha Yesu in the region of the heart. We don't endeavor to worship the super soul. Because our philosophy is that when we worship Krishna, when we water the root of the tree, water the root of the banyan tree, the whole tree flourishes. So we embark on serving the deity. But there are different levels of realizing Krishna. We can realize Krishna as the Brahman, the all-pervading spirit. Some people are satisfied with that. The impersonalists, they endeavor so much for that. But we go beyond that. We try to have and establish an interpersonal relationship with Krishna. And that entails service orientation. You can say, I have a relationship with this person without any service attitude. We want someone to love us, or we want to show our affection and love for somebody, we serve them. Why we serve? Because when we serve somebody, it creates a bond of affinity. The person becomes obligated. So you receive any service from someone, you become obligated to protect that person. Therefore, when we're in a service to Krishna, we are actually binding Krishna with a rope. And that's why it's not so easy to serve Krishna. He doesn't make himself available to everybody. Because by the service attitude of the devotee can bind him up, like Mother Yashoda did. By the service attitude of the devotee can ask Krishna, go and bring my wooden shoes. And Krishna put his wooden shoes on his head and bring it to him. That's like Nanda Maharaj did to him. So it doesn't want to be easily controlled by anybody. But for those who are introspective, those who go within, they are contemplating always on Krishna's holy names, Krishna becomes available, is available for them. Because in this Kali Yoga, they prescribe methodology for realizing Krishna. I meet people and they say, I worship this devata. I worship this God. I worship this personality. So my response to that is, yeah, all this worship is very good. You worship Lord Brahma, good. You worship Durga, good. You worship Lord Shiva, good. But what is the prescribed process? You go to meet a doctor, doctor will give you a prescription. They will diagnose you and give you a prescription according to your illness. Now, Lord, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, as Lord Chaitanya, He has diagnosed all of us. He knows our disease. He knows our problems. He knows our challenges. What medicine we can take and what medicine we will create, our immune system can create a resistance to. So He prescribed a very simple therapy. All right, come together and chant the holy names of Lord Krishna. This was inaugurated by Lord Chaitanya himself. Lord Krishna came as Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to inaugurate the Sankirtan movement. And therefore, there is nothing more important to us than in executing the instructions of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself was always chanting Krishna's names. So, the question is, when shall I start to chant? When I get married? When I graduate from school? When I become a millionaire? And sometimes we think we have a long way to go. I am just 25. Like, we shouldn't take this devotional life in a hurry. I have many more years. Let me go gradually. When I get a big house, when I get a big car, I have 3 children. Yes, then I focus on Krishna. Some people, this is their strategy. But according to Prahlad, he said the devotional cultures should begin right from the tender age. And so when we go deeper, we realize and we can understand that we don't have any other greater business on this planet than to purify our existence and get out from this incarceration. The world we are living in, there are so many things that are imposed on us. Who likes, suppose there is a mall in Naperville where you can buy old age, where you can buy any type of disease you want. Yeah. They will have customers. I doubt if they will have customers. So, we have, see, this soul is by nature never yavanam, ever young, sweet 16. Krishna never grew more than 16 years old. And if you have your kids 16 years old, you see how the type of brilliance, the radiation that comes from them. They emit that type of radiation that is so zapping, so attractive. And sometimes people can't resist it. They fall victim. And then they go behind bars for statutory rape. So, going inwards does implies that we have to explore all types of avenues to make sure that we keep our Krishna consciousness intact. Come rain, come sun, come snow. No excuses at all. So we come to devotional service. We thought we should take only prasadam. Why? Why just be a vegan? A vegan is okay, isn't it? Non-violence. You want us to not to eat beans means you don't want us to commit violence. No. Okay, I'm a vegan. What's wrong with that? Something is wrong with that. Vegan is good. Do you offer your food to Krishna? No. No need. And Papa mentioned that we should not eat burger outside. Why? Who can tell us? Why Papa said we should not eat burger outside? Unoffered food. What is the problem? It's vegetarian food. What is the problem with that? Yes, can someone tell us? Pandits, tell us. Why will Prabhupada say that eating vegetarian food outside that is not offered to Krishna is a problem? What is the problem with it? Huh? Karma. How? What way? Huh? Yeah. Eating grains or eating vegetarian food is not enough because the cows are also vegetarians. Cows are non-violent. They eat grasses. They eat fruits only. So we are human beings, and the purpose of life is Atata Brahma Jigyasa, to make spiritual inquiries. Not just to make spiritual inquiries, to implement spiritual strategies in our lives so as to grow, to evolve, to become perfected in devotional culture. So even the simple things, sometimes people come to ISKCON, and I encountered one beautiful lady in Calcutta. she was in France. She schooled in France, graduated in France. She was working in France. And so she got married in France. A very superlatively handsome man. They gave birth to a super nice boy. Okay. And so she visited the temple, one small temple where I used to stay in Calcutta. So the devotees told me, Maharaj, come and speak to this family. I don't know why they wanted me to speak, because they could also speak to these people. But then, as part of my service to serve the devotees, so I followed that instruction up. So I went to them and we were speaking. I said, see, you're so blessed. You're from Calcutta. Calcutta is the land of Prabhupada. Prabhupada was born here. You're from Bengal. Lord Chaitanya Prabhu is from Bengal. And see, you have been blessed to marry this very beautiful, this handsome young man. You have a wonderful child. So why don't you take initiation? She said she's already initiated. I said, oh, that's very good. So you're vegetarian, you don't eat meat, you don't eat fish, no eggs and all this stuff, right? She said, no, she eats meat. I said, wow. So the guru said, they can eat the meat. It's not a problem. In Concord, I'm in Bengal. She's from Bengal. So it took me time to be able to explain to her about. But then, her excuse was that, I wanted to be a member of ISKCON, but you have too many rules. She said, there are too many rules in ISKCON, But human life is meant for regulation. Lord Krishna mentions in the Gita 6:17, he said that yukta hara viharasa, yukta chetasa karmasu. Even our eating, sleeping, recreation, we have to be regulated. Regulated life is a functional connotation of humans. Animals don't have any regulated life. And so, the process of devotional service is tailored towards just simple, regulated life. Our eating habits, our drinking habits, association, and we just have to chant Krishna's names every day. I met 2 kids in New Jersey. The boy, 2 siblings. The boy at the time was 6 years old. His sister was 8 years old. They came to me to pay obeisances outside in the snow. So I was making joke with them that, hey, you American boys and girls, you don't need to do this. This is heavy snow here. Why you have to come and pay obeisances in the snow? They were laughing at me. So I cracked a joke with them. I said, so how old are you? The boy said, 6 years. Their mother was standing by. So I said, I asked, how many rounds do you chant? He said, 16 rounds. Frankly, I didn't believe him. I never heard of that. 6 years old, chanted 16 rounds. No. So I didn't believe him. The mother was watching my interaction with these 2 kids. So I turned to the girl. I said, so how old are you? She said, 8 years old. How many rounds do you chant? Because their parents are Brahmins, they're pujaris. They live outside. The father is a professional, he works. When they come to do service at the temple there, Madhupati's temple, Central New Jersey. So the girl, she said, 16 rounds. Frankly, I did not believe her. So the mom perceived that this Swami didn't believe my kids. Hey, Swami, Maharaj, 16 rounds. These were her exact words. Maharaj, 16 rounds. And they're the best students in their respective classes. I was shocked. This is not Northern Vrindavan, not in Maple, in the East Coast of America, New Jersey. New Jersey is just behind New York. Okay? It's not a mythology. It's a real life encounter. I encountered it. It's called lived experience. So what does that tell us? That if we take a step forward and inward, we can tap into Krishna consciousness at any stage of our lives and become focused. And we will not be deterred in any circumstance. Therefore, the whole process of going inward is to explore our real nature, our spiritual identity as Satchit Ananda, Sat, eternal Chit, full of knowledge, and Ananda, bliss. That is our pristine nature. That is our original nature. The soul is by nature Satchit Ananda. Go inward, tap it in, to be able to explore our nature, our Ananda nature, our eternity, our knowledge-based functional connotation as spiritual entities. Therefore, Krishna consciousness is all about reviving our original identity. And that comes with chanting of Krishna's name as the base word, as the booze word. That should be in our feeds. Chanting should be in our feeds. It should be on our hard disk. It should be on our desktop. Because this is what sustains the life of the Paramahamsas. It's mentioned in the Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 2, Chapter 2, text 15 or so, 15 or 17. It's mentioned that the holy name is Katamrita. Chanting or hearing, chanting and hearing the holy names is Katamrita. Not just juicy, it's nectarian. The taste comes and you don't want to give it up. The taste is not there. We tend to say, we give excuses. We don't have time to chant. We're too busy to chant. Too many household chores. Too much job. Too many homeworks. I know one, two kids in Washington, in Potomac. They convinced their parents that the homework, they're too busy with homework, they can't chant. The parents also bought the idea. So, we have to go inward and explore our latent love of Krishna, our dormant love for Krishna. We're looking for love. We want love. But we invest our loving energies, in most cases, in the appropriate places. And we see this is happening so much. It's all pervasive. It's a malady. It's a disease. It's a big problem out there. I was just mentioning the other day, was it this morning or yesterday, how one of these Hollywoods, a millionaire or a billionaire, very beautiful lady, beautiful white lady, attractive lady. But you know what? She changed husbands. Before she got to 40 years, she changed husbands 8 times, 9 times. Change husband, not genes. Looking for happiness. Maybe this place, or this one, or this one, or this one. It's an accomplishment, though, because that goes into the Guinness Book of Records. Yeah. So, it just shows how we're looking for happiness in different ways. But we can go inward, because the blaze, the Ananda, is in us. It's like the musk deer. Musk deer perceive a powerful scent, and he runs around in the desert looking, sniffing, looking where this scent is coming from. The scent is coming from his body. And he runs around looking for this, where is the source of this scent? And it dies of hydration. He doesn't go inward. He's looking for the source outward. And that is the result. When we look for this, for happiness outward, we can end up like the deer who is looking for the musk outside, right there out of the environment, not knowing a scent is coming from within. So let's take a moment, do some introspection, and see how we are aligning with the ideology of the present age. Harinam, 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 Eva Kevalam, Kalu, Nasti Eva, Gatrianta. Simple process. We don't need hard rocket science to realize Krishna in this life. Chanting Krishna's name will invoke that internal happiness, that bliss. We can realize that eternity, that knowledge base in us. Is everyone here chanting 16 rounds, at least? I'm chanting 16 rounds. Let's see. Very few people. Chanting 16 rounds is just the minimum. A lady, I was telling this story too. A lady from Michigan, she got married to this devotee. The devotee was living in America. He went to India, got married. He brought a wife. Wife is a vegetarian, but she's not Vaishnavi. She's addicted to watching movies, reading newspapers into late in the night. The husband kept preaching to her to chant, chant, chant. Like Prabhupada makes a joke. We tell them chant, chant. The lady was telling the husband, chant, chant, chant. And the husband was saying, can't, can't, can't. So this husband was telling the wife, chant, chant, chant. And the wife was saying, can't, can't, can't. But at some point in time, the wife thought, well, this is my husband, for better or for worse. What is the loss? What is wrong with me? So she decided she wants to chant. She started with 60 rounds. Husband at the time her husband who was preaching to her to chant, he was chanting 8 rounds. When the wife started, he started chanting 16 rounds. So he went on for some time. And then one day the wife called the husband for some talk. And then she asked him, so you love Krishna? He said, yes. So she said, Krishna gave you 24 hours. And now he wants only 2 hours from you. And you cannot give. What type of person are you? He told me, the guy is my friend. He told me, right from that day, he started chanting 16 rounds. Because it was an embarrassment. The person he was preaching to now becomes, So we have to see how we are moving forward by going inward. This chanting can start with, if even it's 1 round, we should steadily do it every day. For the students, listen, There are a lot of research reports on chanting. The very last one I was reading is about how chanting mitigates insomnia. There are so many other researches that have been conducted, published in peer-reviewed journals, that brought to bear how this simple process of chanting mitigates the challenges of mental health, anxiety, depression, stress. Yeah. Any comments or questions? Are we ready to go inward? Yes.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, thank you very much for emphasizing the basic devotional service of chanting. Early in your lecture, you mentioned of all the services, chanting the holy name is the most important one. But as sadhaka, when we do certain services, we see immediate happiness that comes out when we perform certain services. Versus that doesn't happen necessarily with chanting. So we are inclined to do other services.
Yeah.
How would we address that?
Yeah. Do the services that you feel motivated. The services, yes, they give you pleasure. Why? Because the services in devotional service, they are not different from Krishna. And so when you associate with Krishna, either in form of his service or in form of his holy names, you derive some benefit. But if we serve and we neglect the chanting, we will not sustain the enthusiasm to do the service. At some point in time, we become fried. That is the problem. And I've been hanging around in this movement. This is my 40th year, 40. I lived in the temple as a brahmachari for the whole period that I joined. I joined in my early 20s, and I've been hanging around for 40 years. I see most of the devotees that have left, they were very hard working. They were so much service oriented. They neglected the chanting. They read. I know one guy is a journalist. He reads voraciously. He was not chanting. At some point in time, he became dried up. He discontinued even his reading and association with devotees. We have seen this. Lord Chaitanya is not foolish to tell us to do a particular thing. So, the other services we are doing that gives us happiness, good, we should do it. But we should also incorporate some values, some attitude, some chanting approach. Because the chanting helps us to go from one level to the other. From the offensive stage, we go to the to the level where we have a taste. And when we have a taste, we don't want to even stop the chanting. That's the problem. You don't want to put your bead bags down when you have the taste. Yeah. So, sadhana means we do things that we may not perceive direct benefit immediately. But we do it out of the fact that we have knowledge about the results that will come later. It's just like you go to school. Who who enjoys going to school. I mean, I was just mentioning this morning, I hated going to school when I was a kid. I prefer to stay at home and, parents will be, patting me here and there and, give me anything that I wanted. Going to school, you get harassed by teachers. But when you're growing up, say you get to 4th grade and all these things, you begin to realize you have to plan for your future, you have to, Then you go to school out of the basic knowledge that this is for your future. You got to acquire skills for a better job, for a better position. So you go to school. That's my experience. I hated going to school because it's just too much. You have to stay for a number of hours without eating until it's break time before you go and eat. Come on. I just stay at home and then eat anytime you want to eat. But people go to school. Children, they are forced to go to school by the parents for their future. So yeah, initially the chanting we may not have a taste. The same, I was talking about one young devotee in the West Coast. The father is a cancer doctor. So I stayed in their home, and then the wife of this devotee told me that, Maharaj, please talk to my daughter. She used to chant. Now she's 16. She stopped chanting. I'm afraid she's soon going to go to college. How is she going to be able to keep the principles? How is she going to be able to resist temptations if she's not chanting? I said, yeah, you're right. Let me talk to her and see. I spoke to her. The mother was by the corner of the house there. The grandmother was sitting by close to us. We're talking, so I asked, the mother is in anxiety. You're not chanting. She said, you've been chanting before. You're not chanting now. She's afraid you're going to run into Maya when you go to college. She said, Maharaj, shall I tell you the truth? I said, please tell me the truth. He said, I'm not having any taste in the chanting. That's why I stopped chanting. So I asked her, do you have taste in going to school? The mother busted out laughing. I said, Mataji, why are you laughing? Look, you asked me to do some job for you. I'm talking with this girl, and you are laughing. She said, Maharaj, you hit the nail on the head. I said, explain what you mean. She said, this girl, each time she goes to school, she comes back, as soon as she comes back to the house, she goes straight to my room and chastises me. You send me to school to go and suffer, and you're here eating and sleeping, enjoying your life. And she will ask her that, if I didn't go to school, will your father, who is a medical doctor, come to marry me? So that girl was also in my shoes, I mean, he had to go to school because of fear of the future. I said, so why are you going to school? She said, I'm going to school because of my future. I don't have taste either in going to school. So yeah, just like you don't have taste in going to school, and you are going to school for your future, you don't have taste now with the chanting. You chant, later you have the taste, you will enjoy it like anything. But I ran into a problem because the girls started chanting, and then when I left, the father kept calling me on the phone. Come back, come back, come back. My daughter wants to see you back. I said, see, I'm far away in the East Coast. I can't come right now. So, bottom line, yes, we don't have taste. Even coming to devotional service, even to wake up, we don't have the taste. But we have to consciously endeavor. We'll have the taste later. So do the services you're doing, but incorporate also chanting in your different services. Okay. Yes. What's the time now? I'm not having a clock, so let me be sure. Some clock somewhere? Huh? And we're supposed to stop at 2 more minutes. Is that correct? I like to be conscious of time. This is America, okay? In India, when you ask about when are we stopping this class? I remember, you go to some places, even in Delhi, they tell you, Maharaj, you are not in America. Just go on with the class. America, we have to be conscious of time, okay? 2 more minutes. Yes, what's the question?
Hare Krishna Maharaj, thank you for the, again, very wonderful class. You had mentioned chanting a minimum of 16 rounds. So once we've completed our 16 rounds, how do we decide, is it more important for me to do my service, to serve, or preach, for example? We have limited time, we have 2 hours free in the evening, especially if we're working, that I should go and preach for 2 hours in the evening or chant more rounds in the evening.
You mean when you finish the 16 rounds?
Yeah, after 16 rounds.
No. I mean, when you finish the 16 rounds, what is
in the morning?
What is the next
in the morning. So let's say we get our 16 rounds done in the morning. Then if we have an extra hour or 2 in the day, how do we decide, should I utilize that time for preaching or
use
chanting?
that time for preaching. Yeah, you use that time. See, we are preachers. Mission of Lord Chaitanya Prabhu, we are preachers. So any little time we have, we should invest it in preaching. But for us to preach, to sustain our preaching mood, our energies, we need to eat. And that spiritual food is the chanting. Okay? Yeah.
So when can we have then time to chant more than 16? Because there's unlimited preaching, so how do we justify chanting more? Because sometimes we want to chant more, but we may feel guilty, like I'm chanting more, but I have service to do.
Yeah. If we have services to do, we have to focus also on the services. But we should not minimize the 16 rounds. That's the point. There are so many duties in devotional life. We should not minimize. If we minimize the 16 rounds, if you say 16 rounds is what enables you to become eligible for initiation candidacy. Yeah. And that makes you a human being. 16 rounds just makes us a human being, so that we can resist temptations, so that... All right. And Pujari is waiting to do the puja, okay? Thank you. But in case you have some questions and you're not able to ask your question, you can also WhatsApp me, okay? Feel free. I'm a liberal guy, okay? And you can reach out to me also on email, v16108@outlook.com. Simple email, v16108. Krishna has 16,108 wives. Okay, you remember that? Just add V in the front at outlook.com. Okay? Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Thank you so much, Maharaj. Really appreciate your association. On behalf of this congregation, I would like to extend our warm welcome to you, even though this is the last day you are here this time, but please come and give us your association in the years going forward whenever you are nearby. I understand Mohan Leela Prabhu is looking after everything. So please stay in touch, Mohan Leela Prabhu. Once again, please give a big hand. I will announce the Sunday feast sponsors today. And if anybody is here, you can receive Mahaprasadam from Maharaj. First family is Ravi Shankar Reddy and Uma Devi Lavaku. They are celebrating their wedding anniversary, sponsoring Sunday feast. Is the family here? No? Anybody here from the family? Okay. Babu Seturaman and family, They are celebrating Babu and Geeta's wedding anniversary. Oh, please come. Please receive the prasadam from Maharaj. And Dev Iyer and family, are they here? Dev Iyer and family. Oh, thank you, Dev Prabhu. You have been a constant sponsor for Sunday feast. And their prayers are for Adit's recovery. As always, for the spiritual well-being of all these families, kindly chant after me the holy names of Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. For the coming weeks, if anyone is interested in sponsoring, you can contact Ramdas Prabhu or Abhay Prabhu. They are somewhere here. Okay. Before I make the remaining announcements, since Maharaj is here, is anybody interested in having some personal association with Maharaj before he leaves the temple? We can arrange for your meeting in the conference room out of this temple. Just you have Rasa and Mohit. Anybody else? Yogesh, yeah. Here is Sumangala. Mohan Lila Prabhu, can you please take Maharaj to the conference room and so these devotees can meet? Thank you again. Maharaj, thank you so much. I have just a couple more announcements. One is I'm not sure how many of you are aware that there is a live counter here Saturday and Sunday. There are devotees cooking and serving wonderful prasadam, and you are all welcome to taste the live counter. The information is on our website. Second thing is, by the mercy of their lordships, Shri Radha Syamasundar, Shri Radha Madhava, and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, we are fortunate to have received this amazing temple facility. But as you all know, we have to keep the lights on and we have to use the gas for cooking and heating the facility. And for this purpose, the fundraising team is putting in a lot of effort. You will see there is a table downstairs next to the reception, and you have Nitya Seva or monthly sponsorship program available. Different types of sevas are there. Shri Radha Syamasundar Seva, Radha Madhava, Ekadashi, Srila Prabhupada Seva. There are some benefits that goes along with this membership drive. So there are devotees sitting downstairs, and after you take prasadam or on your way for taking prasadam, if you could kindly meet with them and get this information from them, and according to your capacity to support this temple, kindly extend yourself. Thank you again. Prasadam is served downstairs. Hare Krishna.